Hello, my name is Alyssa Gauci, and I'm a graduate research associate at Ohio State. Today, I'm excited to speak on how we can start to understand and evaluate data integrity when establishing on-farm research studies. The first step in trying to understand this begins with ensuring a sound study design that allows for sufficient data points and in turn accurate analysis. Today, there is not a standard currently available that provides guidance on study design. As a result, there is much variation amongst design strategies for conducting a study. Today, industry does provide several software packages that researchers and others can use that contains tools to support on-farm research, specifically in aiding in design and analysis. Therefore, the objectives of this study focus on reviewing recommendations from current software packages, describing these capabilities and limitations, and finally, conducting a field investigation to evaluate data accuracy within different links. To test these objectives, there were two approaches. The first was to review 8 common North American-based software packages. Upon completing the review, it was clear the lack of standard design characteristics for on-farm research. Interviews and information highlighted that errors within commonly collected data layers were not considered in the design process. Therefore, a field investigation was conducted to begin evaluating data integrity as it related to designing these studies. A range of plot links were tested by alternating strips of nitrogen application, causing induced yield variations that could be measured by a plot combine and a grain combine equipped with a commercial yield monitor. Normalized yield values from both were then used for comparison, and the more detailed methodology is outlined in the conference paper if you're interested. For now, let's move on to some results, beginning with what we saw in the software review. Results indicated different types of layouts and size recommendations, consisting of 20-foot by 30-foot blocks up to quarter-acre plots. These suggestions are made without the software considering equipment size or limitations that can impact the data capabilities. Additionally, although data cleaning tools are common, there are no check because the data is uploaded from the user. Ultimately, the user must have a sound understanding of the particular package, data layers, and possible errors to decide what layout and analysis best fit the study. If not, inaccurate representation of the field data could occur. We see an example of this in the field investigation. Here we have the normalized yield for each treatment link for the plot combine and yield monitor data. At the two smallest links, we do see the yield monitor cannot decipher any differences between the high and low yield zones. But we do see this data start to align more closely at 61 meters. Here, if the data from the smaller treatment links were used for analysis, the results would be extremely inaccurate and lead to misled conclusions. It's important to note here that the results are just from one yield monitor and one combine. Variations in equipment, field and crop conditions, and even combine operators most likely will increase its minimum recommendation. Nonetheless, the value of on-farm research is based on accurate information to learn and to provide contributions to science. Therefore, it's important to ensure data integrity is maintained and considered within the design stage of conducting a study. With that, just a quick review. First, current industry recommendations for designing an on-farm study include strip trials, blocks, and a grid approach. Next, design and analysis tools are available in the software. However, capabilities vary and none provide a fully automated process when conducting studies. Lastly, data errors and limitations from equipment today need to be taken into consideration when designing on-farm studies. As an example, accurate yield monitor data requires a minimum length of 61 meters for establishing a treatment area. To summarize, on-farm research is growing globally, but it's important for researchers to understand industry software capabilities coupled with farm data limitations to properly design meaningful on-farm studies. This will only be possible when more research studies are being conducted that focus on understanding these limitations. With that, thank you for your time. As a reminder, there is a paper for this study with much more detail, but nonetheless, please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions.